Welcome back to the Slanted Sandwich. It's Monday, and I got my special headphones on in the radio station.
Hey, everybody.
And this is Lauren Hoffman.
Hello. Yes, Lauren
She's
Hoffman
also
here.
on the show.
We got weird news coming up for you guys.
She pushes the on button to make the machines come on.
Yep. I do all the
I can't do
the
that.
robotic stuff behind the scenes here, and I talk.
I stayed up late last night.
Yeah, you did.
Partied.
And yeah, a lot of people went to the thing at Zelix, the Martian culture. Mm-hmm. How was it?
I was all right. I had a good time.
Yeah.
Made a little money.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else? What's else? Hey, I wanted to ask you. So the other day on your Facebook feed, you were talking about a weird experience that happened. Remember, it was some kind of thing you saw on a leaf or something?
Yeah,
Do you remember
I saw
that?
some leaves moving around, and it was like one, and then like a
Was it
foot. There was another one, and another one. And
like on the leaves?
it happened so fast.
Was it?
It was just like poof, 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 poof. Like something was walking up, but I couldn't see what it was making.
Oh.
Yeah, it was weird. It never happened before. I know.
Wait. Like
I have to not think about that because it's too weird.
it's too okay. No wonder
I don't have an
bring
answer.
it up. Okay, you just don't have an
Saw it,
answer.
and I'm like, oh.
No theory.
I got no theory.
Yeah, it's kind of like the light
Nothing
turning
that
off in front of your
sounds-
face. You're like, I don't know what that is. Just not gonna think about it.
Nothing that sounds sane. Invisible people walking around in my backyard. It's probably a ghost chicken.
Maybe
like the
so.
ghost of a chicken was making, there's been a couple of chickens pass away. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ghost chicken. I'm going with ghost chicken. It's the sanest of all of them.
I wonder
you've
if ghost chickens eat
A
bird
ghost
seed.
chicken.
Anyways, so we sort of had a plan on what we were going to talk about today, but yeah, we talked about it earlier in the week, and we're just like, or last week, and yeah, we're done. We can't remember. So we're just gonna do headlines today, and whatever pops up in our head, that's what we're gonna talk about. So,
Or whatever's on the news.
okay, I'll start. All right, so latest headlines. The first one we have is desert people evolved to drink poisonous water. This is from Unexplained Mysteries. Found this article a couple days ago. The local people of a Chilean desert have developed the ability to drink water laced with arsenic. The drinking water available to the people of South America's, I'm not going to pronounce that, I don't know how, region, is a particularly nasty concoction containing 1 microgram per liter of arsenic. That's 100 times more than the safe limit recommended for human consumption by the World Health Organization. Despite this, however, the local people seem to be thriving just fine. For this, the
It's
reason,
supposed to kill them?
well,
Like it would kill
arsenic,
most people?
it at that level, like it's 100 times more than the safe
It would kill
limit.
you or me?
It would definitely make us very sick.
But they're doing okay?
They're doing okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So anyway, so the reason for this, scientists believe, is because over thousands of years, they have evolved the ability to consume it without ill effect. So it's like,
Thousands of years?
thousands of years.
So they mutated?
Yeah, like you think like the first person to drink that water must have gotten really sick, but somehow survived, and then their children survived, and it got better for them. It's like,
You know what the effects of arsenic poisoning are?
what's that?
I don't know. I think it turns your nails white or something. No, it's like some minor. No, you die. Like it's like vomiting and diarrhea and streaks in your nails. Like, how did they get Napoleon? Didn't they give him a little bit of arsenic here and there?
I don't know.
You don't know the story?
Well,
They like slowly poisoned Napoleon when he was exiled. Slowly, like they found it.
they
in his
just
hair.
like Put a little drop in his water.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got a slow poisoning.
Dang.
So that you can't really trace it. They're like, he just keeps getting sick.
He doesn't understand why.
He is sickly. He is sickly. Napoleon is just always like that and just get progressively worse. But they were poisoning him with arsenic.
Oh, man. Just the thought of getting poisoned is, yeah.
And then slowly.
I guess some people who drank a lot last night feel like they're pretty poisoned this morning, too. Hey, people walking by. I see you outside. Hi. How's it going? Yeah, he's smiling.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's people walking by outside. You're facing me. You don't see the... Never mind.
Well, anyway, so they're immune to arsenic?
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, and long story short, it's basically... they did this study, and the scientists say, our data suggests that a high arsenic metabolization capacity has been selected as an adaptive mechanism in these populations in order to survive in an arsenic-laden environment, they wrote. So, yeah, so that's that.
Who put all the arsenic there?
Oh, they say it's similar to lactose tolerance, something that emerged around 7,000 years ago due to a mutation which allowed adults to digest milk through continued production of the enzyme lactase.
1 microgram per liter. Mm-hmm. We don't measure anything in liters. Do you know how many liters are in a gallon?
Isn't it 3 or something?
Nobody knows. That's a joke.
Wow.
Nobody knows. 2 point
We're
something.
So, yeah. I can do
gallons.
military time.
If it told me how many gallons.
All right, Bob, you get the next one.
Oh, I don't want to.
I'll help you.
Well, so nobody, even to this day, only 20 to 35% of the population was able to drink it?
Yeah.
So you could take like a third of them and they wouldn't die. Was this a musician accused of getting on stage enema during cancer benefit?
Yeah, trigger warning, y'all. It's kind of nasty and it's very disrespectful, but I kind of wanted to share it.
Okay, well, so there was a cancer benefit, and then...
Huffington Post.
Yeah, this is from Huffington Post. I'm not going to read that. A Houston musician is under fire for reportedly giving himself an enema during a performance and then emptying his bowels on stage. And the artist is like, man, that's a bunch of crap. You ain't do that. That was protein powder that was out of a spilled bag. But then, like, the woman on
the video
is like, it was disgusting. People were leaving and...
Yeah.
She didn't believe it.
The bartenders were throwing up. If anyone remembers the scene from, if you've seen Stand By Me, if you remember the scene where one of the kids is having kind of like a daydream or a memory of this huge festival where, you know, they're having a pie eating contest and then, you know, like one person barfs and then the whole, audience barfs. It was kind of that kind of nightmare. And then the singer of this show was saying that it's his art piece, that it's avant-garde, but I mean, everybody else had to clean it up.
Well, it was at the place called Avant Garden.
Oh, is it avant-garde? So that was his...
They've had issues there in the past, so they pulled a stunt. It looks like they pulled a stunt.
Jeez.
Like maybe they accidentally... made it. It worked. Like if you just,
it got your attention, right? Like we're talking about it.
That's what I call good art. No. No.
There's other ways of doing it.
I don't want to talk about that any more than I have to. You can look it up. There's
well, you know,
some stunt, and then it was either a horrible misinterpretation.
Okay, well, if anyone is interested and wants to watch the video, just go to Huffington Post Weird News and you'll find it.
But she says that it was not protein shake.
Yeah, not protein shake.
And she probably said it just like that, too. I watched it just like... She has an accent, you know. It's not the protein shake.
That was no protein shake.
Did the guy poop on the floor or not?
No, he says, like...
He says it was...
He said, like, no, I
wouldn't admit to that either, honestly.
He's like... Yeah, right. No, but the funny thing is, he said, after the whole thing, I went to the bathroom and flushed the toilet.
I was going to donate some money to y'all's guys' charity, but then I saw that and
You can still donate money to cancer, though.
I think I'm just going to take my money back. If that's
yeah,
cool.
right. But like, that's not going.
Already given money.
Totally, just like
I
crapped
think
on
I
my
would
donation.
like my money back.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is kind of not right, but I feel like until you can explain what just happened with that guy pooping on the floor, I will just take my money and put it back in my pocket.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, moving on.
Oh, thank God. We get to move on.
I made sure, Bob, that I made you read that one.
You're mean.
I helped you. Okay. So the next one, see how clean mine is? Newly discovered network of planets could harbor water and life, scientists say. There's hundreds of news sites that have been talking about this, but we decided USA Today is what we picked. So I'm sure many of you have already heard. We're gonna bring it up again. There have been
They discovered all
planets.
these new planets.
Yes.
This week.
Very exciting. Although I don't know how I feel about it. But anyways,
How do you feel about these new planets? Should we blow them up?
well, that's hello. Somebody else walking by. I'm trying to engage the people walking outside.
No, they can't hear.
Yes, they can. It's playing
They can
outside.
hear this?
Yes, they can hear it.
That freaks me out.
That's the cool thing. Yeah. Anyways,
I kind of wish they couldn't hear us.
well, maybe on the last topic they
This
wouldn't
is
want
tempting
to.
for me to say things like, "Hey, nice shirt,
Yeah.
idiot." You know.
Students. Okay. Anyway, we can make fun of them later. Let me get through this first. Okay. So, anyway, scientists have discovered a remarkable cluster of planets resembling the core of our own solar system, but even better. 7 Earth-sized
That's what you call the
worlds.
grass is always greener on the other side.
I know. When they get there, it's
of
like
the galaxy.
dirt everywhere.
Dirt. It's better dirt.
Yeah. Well,
Greener dirt.
we'll see. Okay, so each of these planets is potentially capable of hosting liquid water and therefore life in orbit around a nearby star.
You know, do you think that there's a lot of life out there? I do.
I do. I think
it'd be hard to stop life. Like they're like, here's a can of bleach, stop life. And your only job was to stop life from happening on a planet. Like you'd get so exhausted. Be like, oh, spray it out. Psh, spray it out. Psh. Like it'd just be popping up everywhere. Water birds, they'd be floating down from space.
dude, yeah.
Little funguses that survive in vacuums. Or would it be mushrooms popping up? Like try to stop life. That's what I'm saying.
It reminds me, the classic line in Jurassic Park, life will always find a way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, maybe there could be life. I'm a huge UFO advocate, but I also like to listen to the other, play devil's advocate, because I've heard scientists say, just the conditions on these planets, because we have a moon and tides, that's how organisms became out of water. They became, land animals over time, because sea creatures would just get stuck in mud and they're like, oh, I need arms. And so eventually they evolved to have arms and things like that. So anyway.
I don't know. I think people play way too close to the chest with their cards. Like they don't ever want to be like, yeah, like what if life is really abundant in the universe and then sentient life like ourselves is not even that rare either. It's just like, yeah, we find human-looking stuff everywhere. It just happens. It's like, hey, as soon as you have grass, you have something that wants to peek its head above the grass line and free up its hands and say stuff with stereoscopic vision. What if that's really, 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 really common?
Well,
and then it's like next logical thing, make fire.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I think if we were to go to these planets, I wouldn't want to build strip malls.
Climb the trees.
I think, if you believe the theory that aliens came over here and they were the Egyptians who built the pyramids, that's pretty magnificent, And I think once we get there, we should try to do the same.
I don't know. It's just like everybody has to be like, well, I haven't seen any compelling evidence, blah, blah, blah. And like all these people say they've been abducted and this whole thing. But then like Neil deGrasse, he can't even. And like, dude, he wants to see a body, but that's like the Sasquatch thing. It's like, you want to see an alien body, you want to bring death in it, you want to steal their gadgets, like, you know what I mean? They're probably smarter too. It's harder to steal things from people who are smarter than you are.
Yeah.
They have like.
But see, well, we can get into that, but we got to cut to break. All right.
This stuff.
Okay. Well, we'll be right back. If you're listening and you like what you hear, you should donate. Go to kzsm.org/donate to donate. Yes, we can't do it without you guys. Just chip in $5, $10, whatever you can, and that'll keep everything running smoothly. So, stay tuned. We're back.
Oh, yeah.
We're back.
We're talking about gaseous lights.
Yep. This is the Slanted Sandwich.
Planet.
I'm Lauren Hoffman, and we're here just shooting the sandwich with Bob.
Yeah.
Bob's just like doodling on his phone over there. Just like,
No,
yeah.
I'm not doodling.
Okay.
I'm trying to look up the name of that song.
Okay. Anyways.
You know which one I'm talking
I
about?
can't seem to get the... All right, there we go.
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Did you turn me up?
Yep. I sure did.
Did you turn me on? It is. It's called In the Year 2525 by Zager and Evans.
You want me to look for that?
Yeah, I want you to look for
Okay,
that.
well, in the
It's a
meantime, why don't you read the next...
We're talking about planets and life on
Right, but
planets.
there's just... well, okay.
Are
well,
we done
feel
talking
free.
about life on planets?
Well, I mean, if you want to keep talking about life on
This
planets...
planet was the size of Jupiter, but it's earthy.
The one that there was like 7 that they found. Mm-hmm. And one of them's the size of Jupiter?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll see you in a year. I'll be there soon. Like, imagine, like, if you imagine, like, meeting someone online, be like, yeah, okay, let's meet up. But you're, like, a year away from me.
I think they probably fly.
Like, light speed, probably.
Everything in the universe goes quicker than us. We are the only numbskulls that still, like, are on the ground in traffic. Everything goes faster than us. They laugh at us. They're like, they have rubber tires. Mark on my special running shoes. Like, that's what they're like. Everyone laughs at us because of our transportation system.
Yeah.
Like traffic, they're like, they still have traffic. Like, traffic is some juvenile problem that most planets experience for like a year or so, and they're like, okay, we got it sorted out. Good, goodness gracious. But they're like 70 years later, they still have traffic, and they're just smirking and giggling like, man, humans are so silly.
Yep.
The light system. Right?
Yes.
They probably think we're really slow, that we haven't figured out like how not to have traffic.
I mean, I think we totally could move forward.
You don't think we could solve that problem? Like, have some timing system that actually gets you through
I think what people really want to do is I think they want to go, like, they'll find these other planets, trash the one that we're in, and then, you know, go and capitalize on these other planets. Oh, let's look for oil. Maybe there were dinosaurs a long time ago. There's oil under the ground. Like,
they probably did that.
Let's drive cars over there too.
Wouldn't it be embarrassing if they were like, if AT showed up and they're like, hey guys, we totally took out the dinosaurs so that y'all could have oil, and then like that was supposed to last you like 100,000 years of oil, like that was, and you just used it up in like 200 years. Idiots, you know. Like, how did you use up that much oil? And We created jobs. Jobs. Like, why didn't you just live closer to where you worked? Jobs.
Well,
We don't even have a good excuse. We're like, you just used like 100,000 years worth of oil. You just blew it up.
Turned it into plastic.
And then what do you do with the plastic? At least you have some plastic. No, we put it in the landfills.
There is, okay.
Coffee grounds on it.
It was funny because I was driving south on Hopkins when it turns into Hunter, and off of Watson Lane, if you're driving past York Creek on Hunter, and you're looking into the distance on the east side of I-35 from where you are, it looks like in the distance there's this big mountain. And I was like, wow, that's the east side of I-35, a mountain? And then I realized, nope, that's the landfill. Mm-hmm. And there are people like living in houses around there. I'm like, geez. Maybe
I just want to go back to the Shire. Hey!
I did it.
Right.
Sometimes it wasn't the long drum roll like last time.
I want to go back to my hobbit hole.
Here's the perfect place.
All I want to do is be a wizard.
Smells funny, but
all I ever wanted to do was smoke a long-stemmed pipe and live in my hobbit hole. That's all I wanted.
Little did he know, it was just a landfill.
Hobbits and landfills.
Well, it does. Well,
you lost me.
Well, because I don't have to explain it.
All right.
I'll have to drive you down Watson Lane one day.
You're gonna drive me to the landfill.
I'll let you look at it. Yeah.
That's
you can
cool.
roll down your window if you want.
I had a dream about.
But it is kind of like shirey. You know, it's this beautiful green mound.
You're talking about the Creedmoor dump?
I guess. I don't know.
Is it in Creedmoor? Is it a dump?
It is. It's a huge.
It's both of those things?
Huge
it's probably
dump.
the Creedmoor dump.
Oh man, I need to repeat the drum thing.
Repeat it.
Well,
just give me a clicker with the badoom choosh. Just give me some cymbals. There. Just give me an actual drum. I'll just bang around on the drums for over here.
That might be the best thing, honestly, because yeah, you have to like look it up and pull it and drag it.
I want a gong.
Oh, we're such newbies. Hi, he's eating his breakfast out there. We're seeing you. Turn around, look at him.
Speaking of breakfast, let's tell these people about a sandwich.
Hey, yeah. He's carrying a bag that says "Talking Dirty."
Now we're spying on him.
Yeah, he doesn't. He might be kind of clueless.
Yo, LA hat.
Hey.
Nice shirt.
He doesn't. He's not even paying attention.
See, this is silly. Nobody. And the thing is like all 34 of our listeners don't know what we're talking about.
Hey, we have more listeners than that, Bob.
All right.
Yes, we do. Okay.
36.
So moving on. All right. You or me? You or me on this one?
I'll give it to you.
Okay. All right. So you think traffic's bad here in San Marcos? You think traffic's bad? Wait, go to China. Live in China.
Oh, Beijing?
Yes.
Specifically?
Beijing. From the BBC, it says, according to a 2013 Chinese government survey, Beijing residents spend on average 52 minutes on the road to work each day, but ultimately it lasts about 6 to 9 hours.
6 to 9 hours.
6 to 9 hours of
traffic.
A commute. Yes. And it said that in this article, one of the citizens said that to pass the time, at first it was really awful. But then he was like, you know what? I'm just going to take some online classes. And so you have 6 hours to just sit there and drive home or, be taken home. And yeah, that's how they do it.
I'm a little bit more fragile than that. I would probably escape.
Kick the
I would
door.
try to escape reality. I would try to escape like humans. I'd go out in the woods and be like, 6-hour drive to work. I'm going to go live with Sasquatch. Like, I would get out of there so quick. What's the incentive? You're just on a bus for like 6 to 9, like starting at 6 to 9 hours. When there's bad like traffic that sometimes it goes over, it's like 12 hours just getting to work. And then what do you do at work? What are you doing at work? Probably nothing. Probably sitting around the water cooler.
Waiting for your train.
What do you do? Or like, I got 8 hours left. It took me 8 hours to get here. And then they like go hang out at a water cooler. And they're like, so what did you do today? I mainly just got here. It took me all day to get here. Traffic was bad. What are you talking about? What do they do in Beijing?
Well, I didn't copy and paste the whole
I think
article.
they make things while they're getting flogged.
Yeah.
If they don't make them quick enough.
Maybe so. And
Like,
they're only they're probably
really
getting
horrible.
paid like 35 cents
bad.
an hour. Who knows?
They like have to pay to get work.
I had to bring my machine on the train.
Like, you pay us,
I
we
can
let you work.
Pump out,
What happens if I don't pay? You die. Like, I mean, like you pay us and we'll give you work. What happens if I don't work?
Oh my gosh.
We kill you and bill your family for the bullet.
Sounds like the prison system. Jeez. Anyways, gotta
So
pay.
anyway, don't go to Beijing to work.
Yeah, don't.
You could probably fly to Beijing to work in about the same time that people in China get to work in Beijing.
Probably.
On a jet.
Yeah, you could just fly.
Like if you
could afford it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or you could sit around the water cooler
Okay.
and dish it out and talk about reality TV.
Yeah.
Beijing
Yeah, like what
reality
happened
TV.
on what was it the was it the Oscars or the it was the Grammys, wasn't
With
it?
Warren Beatty.
Something happened
That
bad.
was news, guys.
I had just been so busy I glossed
Major
over it.
breaking news.
Someone
Crime of
screwed
the
up
century.
on TV.
Crime of the century.
People were just
The guy said the wrong name. Everybody knows who Warren Beatty is from all these movies, but the only movie that I remember him in was Bulworth, which was one of the few movies that I actually went and watched with my parents at the movie theater. It was like when I was a kid. I saw Bulworth and like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
That's how I know Warren Beatty. It's from Bulworth.
You know, I've had to do things with my
Yeah.
parents. I went to a Sting concert once.
Why
With
does
my
I
parents.
have the same birthday as Sting.
And I have the same birthday as Dr. Seuss.
You know who Sting has the same birthday as?
Who?
Gandhi.
Oh, okay. That's right. We talked about that with Joanna when she
Do you know
was
how
here.
Gandhi's name used to be spelled? Ghandii. You know how
That's-
it's spelled now?
What?
Gah. Gan. Oh, they spelled the Mandela effect changed the name of his spelling.
Oh.
Di. Gandhi. Gandhi. Gandhi.
Gandhi.
Gandhi.
Gandhi.
Gandhi. Yeah, the Mandela effect changed the spelling of his name. Used to be GH. Gandhi.
You're still doing this Mandela researching, Bob?
I will continue to do the Mandela effect until the Mandela effect
I think
goes
we might have
away.
to take like a whole month of Slanted Sandwich to hear
We're gonna
you
be
out
talking
on all
about the
that.
Mandela effect forever, man. I've seen it. I seen the Mandela effect.
Okay, Bob. We'll be
I
back.
seen it.
It's already that time. KZSM.org's live streaming is here to feed the brains of Central Texas with entertaining, educating, and enlightening content, whether it be a music show or creative banter. Stay tuned with us. Be mindful while streaming live in your car. Sometimes content will buffer, but pay no mind. Be patient and the show will continue playing. If not, pull over. Thanks for tuning in. We're back with the Slanted Sandwich.
I
Bob.
will not stand for it. We're gonna talk about sandwiches.
Okay, yeah, let's do the
Talk about
weekly sandwich.
Fried egg sandwich.
How would you cook it?
Well, you gotta get some eggs, and then what you do is you crack the eggs in the butter, and it gets kind of like over hard. You don't want to do it over easy.
Okay.
This one, you could do it over easy, but that's your own sandwich. I'm telling you about how to make my sandwich. And then you get the salt, and you get the Himalayan pink salt cracker, and you crack, 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 crack. on the egg.
Not the cracker, but the yeah.
In the pan.
Okay.
And then the black pepper in the pan. And then over on the side, take a little spoonful of butter and you put some onions, some chopped onions over there on the side. And then you take it over on the other side and you take some little tomatoes and you kind of fry them up on the other side.
Flip it around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And then you take all that stuff and you once it's all done, you flip the egg and squish it so you get the yolk popped. And then after that, it goes off to the side. You put everything onto the side. You take the butter, you put the little bit on the sandwich, and you psh like that, and you fry that one side, and then you throw the cheese down, right? And then you throw the egg on top of that. Well, see, you can also put the veggies, like the sauteed onions, and then the cheese on top of the onions.
What kind of cheese?
Provolone or Jack, but you don't want to use that gummy old. You gotta know your cheeses, like farmer's cheese, maybe a little bit of that, whatever you got. But Swiss would be too much, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so you got your veggies, and then you put your cheese on top of that, and it melts down. Egg on top of that, right? And then
2 slices of bread.
You put that other slice of bread on it, but you put butter on the top of that, and then you flip that over. Okay. So it's kind of like a grilled cheese, but it has an egg in it.
Sounds pretty dank.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got butter. But and it's like that thick bread with the nuts in it.
Oh, yeah, like the multi-grain.
Mm-hmm. But it's got the big chunks of walnut.
Not like the aged, no advertising. Not the regular wheat bread that doesn't have the nuts in it.
Yeah, this stuff's got the nuts in it.
That's not wheat bread. That's just colored flour.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one, but it's fried.
Sounds pretty delicious. Mm-hmm. All right, lovers out there, if you heard that sandwich, you might want to do something nice for your loved one and cook that up. Surprise them.
Not margarine.
It'll make their day. Not margarine.
Real butter.
Real butter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. All right, so back to what we were talking about. Headlines. Okay, Bob, you want to do the last one?
You still talking about Beijing?
No, we're done with that. I don't want to wait 6 hours.
Oh, they know about the common cold cure. Mm-hmm. They cracked the genetic code of the common cold.
Yeah, actually, so this came from the Telegraph, and I tried to... you would really have to go and just read the article. There's a lot of technical information. Actually, a Radiolab, if y'all listen to podcasts, Radiolab has a pretty awesome episode called CRISPR, which it's different. They're using different technology to do the same thing, basically. But, as everybody knows, we're having resistance, bacterial resistance, and obviously this is a virus. And if we can crack the code for this, then maybe we could crack the code for a lot of other viruses. However, I have the theory that I don't think that they would ever really announce a cure for the cold because there's so much money involved. I mean, when you go
flu shots.
Yeah, well, that's
like
the
what?
flu, but
like cold ease.
Yeah, like NyQuil, all of that stuff.
Yeah, but you can just drink NyQuil because it's fun. You don't have to do it because you have a cold. They could just remarket it and just be like, for fun, drink Robitussin.
Put it in a vending machine.
You don't even have to have the cold. Just drink some Robitussin.
Having a crappy day? Drink some Robitussin.
I had a teacher in 8th grade, and I think I downed a bottle of Robitussin every single day at school. And then we would be hanging out. And he'd be like,
wonder. No.
Yeah, no, he would just say I don't know if y'all still call them magic mushrooms, but when I was y'all's age, we used to go and flip the cow patties and get the magic mushrooms, and then I'd get it. And he would just tell on himself. And then we'd go to the vending machines as a class. It was the best teacher ever.
Wait. Sounds like he was bored with his job, to be honest.
Nobody told on him. We liked his class so much.
It's fun. Awesome.
He would tell on himself.
Well, we're all human, right?
He was bad news, man. He was bad in a good way.
Shame.
He ended up hooking up with one of the teachers. And they had a relationship, like the faculty.
Man, this
Like,
guy sounds like trouble.
Yeah.
Wow.
He kept on changing his disguise. Like, he didn't look the same from one week to the next. He'd have his facial hair different. He'd have costumes. Like,
there's a really good book that reminds me. A really good book. Have you heard of a book called Mr. Nice?
mm-hmm.
Howard.
No.
What's his last name? Howard.
I agreed to that, but I didn't.
Howard something. It's a good book. And basically, he's this guy in England during the 60s and 70s was like a drug dealer, but very professional, would hide, illegal contents inside. Like, he started a music equipment company, and he would just hide the substance inside the equipment and ship it to the States.
Inside of music equipment? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But back then they didn't search anything like they do now.
No, they don't. They don't. Certain things they don't search. They don't search a limo.
Okay.
You want to know about drug smuggling?
Can we talk about that?
They use all sorts. Yeah, like everybody should know. Like, they sew up animals with all sorts of stuff in it. That's the animal mules. Then there's people mules. Then they got submarines. They got semi-submarines.
Not animals?
They have tunnels. They have RC, like drones, helicopters, the little RC ones, and then the small planes, the little planes. Then they have actual big planes.
You hear that siren, Bob? They're after us.
Well, whatever. It's not my problem. You can search me all day. I ain't got no contraband.
It's just it's in his brain. You gotta find it in his brain.
That was a good one.
Ooh.
Catapults. So you can just catapult the drugs over.
I saw, that reminds me, like last week, there was an article about a catapult that the illegals had on the Mexico side. Like, they found a catapult.
Mm-hmm. You know the ones with the rubber
They're
bands?
testing it, I guess.
You know the rubber things where you can, like, throw water balloons really far?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's like a kilo right there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You think that's what's going to happen once the wall comes up?
They'll catapult people over.
Where's my screaming person? Here.
Oh,
no, wait, that's not it. Oh, well.
just badoom-choomsh me.
I can't. Okay.
Right into a cactus.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Say something else.
Say something else. Okay, they'll catapult people over.
Okay, I don't know. I like the sound effects.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of ways to get drugs. Like, you take apart cars. They have like these little components. You know what something is that's hermetically sealed?
What?
It means that the vapors cannot escape. So if you hermetically seal something, it contains the smell. Remember Orange Crush? Like, I got my pride, I got my Orange Crush, and it was that REM song. Mm-hmm. They were talking about, like, weed that has orange peels. They'd pack it with orange peels to keep the smell down. So it used to be that weed from Mexico had, like, different fruit smells.
Yeah. And, I mean, diesel, too, I think. Like, there's some nasty stuff in that stuff. I don't know if this is something we can talk about.
We can talk about it. I looked up the 7 banned words.
The bad words.
And none of them said drug mules. You cannot say drug mules.
Do not talk about this.
So we're talking about it.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then when I was living overseas, it was at a time when absinthe was still illegal here. And I thought I would, take a bottle home.
Of absinthe?
Mm-hmm. And I ended up rolling up my clothes to pack as much as I possibly could in my suitcase. And ended up rolling up the bottle of absinthe inside one of my sweaters. Mm-hmm. So I'm very truthful. When I filled out the customs form on the plane, I made sure I was like, yes, I went to Amsterdam. I did all this stuff. And Amsterdam had nothing to do with this. Mm-hmm. But I just visited. And, of course, they pulled me aside, and they're like, we need to look through your luggage. And I was like maybe 45 minutes away from boarding my other plane. And they start going through my stuff, and they look through it, and they never found it.
They never found it?
They never found it. I don't, like, I literally, like, got away by this, by the skin of my teeth.
So it's green, and how do you do it?
It's not that great. I think it was just more like I want to bring something home that we don't have here. It tastes like licorice. You pour it in a shot glass over, like, a sugar cube. I mean, it's kind of overrated, to be honest. It doesn't make you... I think maybe the old-fashioned absinthe made you hallucinate, but nothing today would do that.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Oh, we're overdue for a break.
Okay.
We'll be back. Hey, KZSM listeners. So some of the other shows, if you haven't heard them already, we have some colorful DJs out there. We've got the Mystery Train with West Texas. It's from 7 to 10 p.m. on Sundays. We've got a lot of shows. You should check out our schedule online. We also have 5 o'clock Friday with Tina. That's pretty much, that is on Fridays from 5 to 7. And then, last, we've got Shattered Glass at 3 to 4 p.m. on Fridays with Jeremiah Wilkinson. And his next show after that is Trippin' with Jeremiah. That's his comedy show from 4 to 5 p.m. So that's just kind of a sample of some of the shows we have coming up. So stay tuned, everybody. We're back.
Hey, we're back.
With the Slanted Sandwich. Bob and Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Every Monday.
So you're saying that they check... Where were you?
I was flying from London. No, I was flying from Germany. I may have had a layover in London, but I remember being in the United States when they actually checked my luggage. So if you're just tuning in, I brought absinthe with me in my luggage back when it was illegal in the United States. I'm not proud of it, but it was an experience, and I think a lot of people
you say
do
it's weaker now. Like they reduced the amount of wormwood
or something. I don't know what
wormwood
it is.
Wormwood is thujone.
Is it the hallucinogen or whatever?
Well, it's not a hallucinogen. Thujone is in mugwort. It's in wormwood. It's in cedar, sage.
Interesting.
It's one of the terpenes, and
so if you're allergic to cedar, would you be allergic to that?
I think it's more of a clairvoyant sort of people call hallucinogenic. I think you're able to more like see what else is going on out there. You're not seeing spots, you're seeing holes punched in your reality to something else. Maybe.
That's pretty far out.
It's pretty far out. But okay, so it used to be stronger. You're saying absinthe used to be stronger, they made it weaker?
At least in America, I know for a fact they did. When I got the stuff in Europe, I remember being told that it wasn't going to make... Yeah, no.
Well, why is everything got to get weaker and weaker and weaker? Why can't anything be...
What it is?
What it is, right.
I don't know. I think people want... there's just...
Mix up some gin in their bathtub and throw some wormwood in it and go blind if they want to.
People have been having fun for years. And I don't...
You know why people went blind during Prohibition from the alcohol? It wasn't the alcohol. It was the methanol.
Oh.
It's the first stuff that comes out. They didn't know enough about the process to realize that the first stuff that comes out of the distilling process is toxic.
Ooh.
So they're drinking this stuff that has
go blind?
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, so that reminds me, I was listening to news last week, and apparently a lady bought contacts at a flea market, and when she wore the contacts, they made an infection in her eye and she went blind.
She went blind?
She went blind from that.
How come we haven't figured out new eyeballs yet?
Oh, they're figuring it out. I told you, listen to CRISPR. If you listen to that, all your questions about when are we gonna have half human, half animal things?
No, I just want a new eyeball if I lose one. That's all I want.
Yeah, basically, it's all about inserting genes in the sequence.
Some stem cells. Squirt me full of stem cells.
Stem cells, I think, is a little different.
Whatever, CRISPR, stem cells.
Well, stem cells, it involves a fertilized egg.
Like a robotic eye.
It's an issue.
That shoots lasers. Like a 5-watt laser beam, and I could zap your behind with my eyeball.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, somebody else
laser
is probably
eyes.
going to laser your face.
Stay away from all laser eyes, McGee. Well, so
laser I'm gonna laser your.
I talked to this guy yesterday, and he was saying that people, if you really look at the precedents of the Native American church and the First Amendment rights of people being able to use peyote, we're really underutilizing that court precedence in drug use. If you're able, at least once they said, yeah, it's cool, right? And that the breadth of the amount of people who can join the church is open to anybody. Mm-hmm. So,
but at the
are we not using that to the best of our ability? Are we not understanding the precedence of that, how important that was?
Right. Well, I think if you go into that with a sense of respect and wanting to know the culture of all of that, then that's one thing. But if you're just doing it just to get a high, then
you go in to get a high, but then all you get is
bye guys.
All you get is a lousy old spiritual awakening.
Got a lot of inspiration.
I just wanted to get high. I don't want to think about life.
I don't care about the
get chastised by mescalero spirits.
Pipelines, I don't care.
You know what it is everybody's a bunch of haters. That's what I realized.
Well, yeah, there is a seething underbelly of people out there who are just I don't care about anybody but myself.
That's me. That's my problem.
Well, yeah, but no comment. Give me coffee.
Give me coffee in the morning. I woke up a little.
Yeah,
since the beginning of this show.
Yeah. There's something else I was going to bring up, and I'm blanking on it. But what else? What else is on your mind?
Well, we don't think about people in the 1800s getting high.
They would. I thought they used ether, but I guess that was more to pass out and get away from. Get away, yeah.
Kuana Parker.
Yeah.
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 He made the equivalent of millions of dollars selling peyote.
He's banking
millions. He was a millionaire. That means that
Kuana Parker.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. That was a thing that happened.
I thought Kuana Parker was a lady.
No. No, he had a bunch of kids.
It's a dude.
That's why you'll probably bump into somebody in your life who's I'm related to Kuana Parker.
Well, actually, no.
Yeah, you and everybody else.
I know. Was it Genghis
got
Khan?
Around.
Genghis Khan, right?
Yeah.
If you did your DNA test, there's a percentage of people who are related to that guy. 600 kids or something like that. Good grief. Jeez. Anyways.
King Tut. Ramses.
Which
one? Ramses, I believe.
What are you talking about?
He got around too. There's some famous people who, had
okay, well,
kids.
You're talking about DNA. I decided to do one of those DNA tests, and let me tell you, lots of family secrets. Lots of everything that goes on today that's more open now used to happen back then too. Just no one talked about it.
Do you have that Badumchoosh thing?
I'll see if I can find it. Yes,
I
do. I have it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, when I got my DNA test, they discovered the missing link. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It has a good setup too. Just give me a clicker.
Now you just need.
I need a long stick that I can just push it from way over here on the other side of the studio and hit the badoom choosh over
Well,
there.
it's not as simple as that. I wish I could just push a key on the keyboard, but I have to drag y'all. This is like radio DJ lesson tutorial.
I'm just gonna bring a drum kit in here and
Just
badoom
bring a drum.
choosh myself.
Yeah, just bring a drum.
Maybe
kit.
I can hire a person to badoom choosh when they hear things. So I don't
Hello,
have to do
hi.
anything.
How's it going? Someone's looking in the window.
Hey,
Yes, we're doing a radio show. It's called The Slanted Sandwich.
and you're on it.
You should listen. It's
Yeah.
weird news at noon.
KZSM.org.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But they can't talk to us. It's so one-sided.
well, they could mouth something if
We're
they
just
really wanted to,
trolling
or we could
people
just let them
walking
in
by.
to say something too.
No, I don't
Of
know
course,
about
they'd have
all
to
that.
check in and all that. So,
That could be weird. What if they don't like what we're saying? They're like, I don't like the thing you said about that sandwich. That's a horrible
look,
sandwich.
see, he's taking pictures. He's taking pictures.
Well, that's
Good.
cool.
Hi. See, we
We got a Facebook
hey,
thing. You
we
could put it
got
on
some
there.
attention.
Put the photos on there.
Yeah. KZSM. All right. So, anyways, next week I think we should talk about horoscopes. I want to go
Horoscopes?
back to horoscopes. Yeah, because I remember the other day I was trying to load up the video and you're reading your horoscope and you're like, "Hey, you want yours read?" And then we got distracted and it never happened. And I'm like still wondering,
much time do we
after
have?
all this time, Bob, what my horoscope would have been that week.
Why would that guy come and just take pictures?
Because he's probably curious. He wants to remember the radio station.
I'm too paranoid for things like that. What are you doing with that camera? Let me see your photos. Somebody give him golf shoes.
If anything, Bob, he probably just took a picture of your ponytail and that was it.
No.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the Slanted Sandwich, I get a call from India or Egypt or something.
Let's see if it happens
I
again.
feel like the world is like, hey, Bob, you're talking about some strange things, buddy. Why don't you tone it down a bit?
Okay. Well,
Yeah, coughing.
so do you think it's going to rain today?
I don't know.
Looking outside, it's kind of dark in one direction. Kind of windy, just a little breeze. That's how you do weather in Texas. You just guess.
What?
That's the best thing to do is just guess. Don't worry about what they say on the Weather Channel. It's always going to do something different. Least expected. Remember the tornadoes that came through here last week?
We had a tornado watch. I was in my house.
You were in Austin, but I was here.
No, it was a tornado watch in Austin.
It was crazy.
I thought it was going to come through my big window.
No, it's 1 o'clock, y'all. We gotta leave.
I
Okay.
hope y'all learned something.
We hope, yeah.
I learned something.
I hope you did too.
I learned
Bob.
they've been reducing the potency of absinthe.
Okay, we gotta go. All right, bye, everybody.
I love you.